Hi, everybody. Josiah Gilliam here, Executive Director at Pump, and we're back with another Community Partner Highlight, this time with an amazing new-ish group, Pittsburgh Social Club, or PGH Social Club, which we'll get into a little bit. We have some of the leaders here. They brought some merch, which I hope you can see in the shot here. But Pittsburgh Social Club has been on a rocket ride recently, doing a lot of really cool things in community, a lot of cool things recreationally, a lot of cool things in venues all around the city. And we're going to get into all of that. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Excited to be here.
It's our pleasure. So let's start with introductions and then let's get into the origin story, please.
Sounds good. My name is Avi Moses, originally from Houston, Texas, and I came to Pittsburgh for school, graduated in 2024, and now I work full-time at PNC.
Very cool.
My name is Matthew Fraijo. I moved to Pittsburgh in the fall of 23. I moved here because of a fellowship program called VFA. I got a job out here and I was graduated college and just kind of in the mood to start a life somewhere new. So I found myself in Pittsburgh and now here I am.
We love it. Tell us about the fellowship program. What is VFA?
Yeah, so it stands for Venture for America. The idea was that they get recent college graduates and they help connect them to small and mid-sized cities across the country. So cities like Pittsburgh and St. Louis, San Antonio, none of these, New York or LA type cities. And they help you connect with entrepreneurship with small business startup jobs. So I moved here because my first VFA job was managing a food truck. So I did all of the business operations and food operations and everything that kind of goes into running and maintaining a food truck. That was my first VFA job, and they do a lot of good things for the city and for different cities across the country.
That's cool. It's kind of a cool food truck scene in Pittsburgh right now. Did you get a window into that at all?
Oh yeah. I mean, that was my life for a year straight.
Right.
It was definitely cool learning and meeting other food truck operators and there's definitely some sort of like kinship there for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
So you mentioned you went to the University of Pittsburgh. What drew you to Pitt?
So my aunt lives here, so I've known the city since I was little. I visited here and there, but I toured the campus, and my dad will sort of say it best, but he was like, he just saw it, and I was like, this is it. This is where I want to be. Toward the business school, I loved it, and here I am.
Very
Super
cool.
Excited to still be here, and yeah, it's great.
Very cool. Yeah, beautiful campus.
Mm-hmm.
So Pittsburgh Social Club or PGH Social Club, right?
It's whatever you're feeling.
Whatever you're feeling.
I say PGH Social Club. We're now just saying Social Club. I think everyone else though says Pittsburgh Social Club. So it's whatever you're feeling.
Yeah, we love that. What's the story there? How did this come about? Why did you begin it?
So it's actually intertwined a little bit in VFA too in the beginning. I started kind of a few iterations of this with some friends from college before. We kind of all had this idea about connecting travelers together and then connecting people over food together. And then I was introduced through them to Matthew through VFA sort of. And then we started this idea kind of pivoting along to PGH Social Club. Just having something for really 20-somethings in Pittsburgh to get out, to be together, to feel that sense of community, just have fun in Pittsburgh, to want to be here, to be excited to be here. And that's kind of the gist of how we got started.
Yeah, I mean, I think as a Pittsburgh transplant, I kind of felt that need of like, I don't know people. I moved to Pittsburgh and I don't know people. And there was no good structure or solution to this problem. So that's kind of what I realized, that's what I saw the need, up into college. If you go to college up until 22, you're surrounded by friends and people your age. And there are colleges and recreational, rec leagues you can join and for Greek life and all of these things.
Yeah.
And that kind of just falls off a cliff after you graduate. So I definitely saw that because I graduated college and that was gone. And so I realized the need for it. And so after Avi and I connected, I think that was kind of like the problem that we saw.
Yeah. We saw kind of the loneliness epidemic from COVID. We've seen many reports about that, many articles, and we kind of saw it firsthand of everyone so used to being kind of in their house, online, so on social media. And so we wanted to kind of bring that back to that in-person connection and kind of solve that issue as well that we wanted to help solve.
Gotcha. Yeah. So when did you officially get going? What year was that?
August 2024, we had our first event. Late
Yeah.
August. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is coming like out of that direct COVID era,
Mhm.
including some of your college experience. Gotcha.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm curious, as as transplants, when you moved here, what was that experience like for you as far as like the city in a general sense? Like, did you feel like you were exploring and getting out and about, or were you kind of Oakland centric, Shady Side centric? Like, what was that part of it for you?
I would say coming here in the beginning, because freshman year is like heart of COVID, it was a lot of Oakland, kind of getting familiar with the college.
Yeah.
But then kind of when, things got a little bit more calm sophomore year, we could see the city. We're taking the buses out, and it's free buses. So we're going all over the city, checking out kind of all that Pittsburgh has to offer, the parks we were going to. It was nice. I love Houston. It's just a very big city. You have to drive everywhere.
City.
Enormous, and it can feel overwhelming. And I feel like Pittsburgh has so much to offer, but it's a smaller community feel. So I felt more comfortable being here myself, kind of, I guess, starting like a new life here. And I have an entrepreneurial passion, so I felt supported in this city, and I felt people cared. And it's still a big city, but it feels kind of smaller with that community feel, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Matthew?
Yeah, I think for me, like my food truck job took me all over the city 5 days a week. I was North Hills, South Hills, East End, whatever. So I was definitely seeing the city for my job, but I wasn't necessarily like exploring on my own. So that was definitely like I know this area, but I also like don't know the bars, or I don't know the scene per se. That was definitely something I was kind of adjusting to, of like, how do I do it as me and not as a food like, how do I go to this brewery as me and not a brewery as like somebody who is parked outside the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where kind of Social Club comes into, in the sense of I was exploring the city with my college friends in that sense, and not in like a work setting or like just college focused setting. And I feel like that's kind of a really fun way to explore cities with people your age. Just go out, explore the bars, the different restaurants, all the outside kind of things that we have to offer here. So that was the best. And that's kind of what we're trying to do a little bit with the Social Club, is give transplants or people that are coming from Pitt or other colleges here as well to kind of experience that with their friends and people their age. And I feel like that's, for me personally, it was a really fun way to see the city.
Gotcha. So how do you explain it to someone that might not be familiar with it? The Social Club itself.
The Social Club itself. It's sort of an all-encompassing, I guess we just say we're a social club for 20-somethings, but we host events each month. So we usually have 1 to 2 larger events, so anywhere between 85 to like 150 people. And then we have smaller events that are more, I guess, community-oriented, where you can get to know people. And those events are between 10 people to even 50 or 60, depending on it. So we have a large kind of array of things that we offer, but it's really whatever you want. We try to put events out that people would like, and we have, what are we at, like 8 to 12 events a month that we're doing, small and large. So it's kind of pick and choose what you feel and whatever you want to make of PGH Social Club, whether you want to come with the friends you have, whether it's friends that you want to make new friends. And it's kind of, I know it's a long answer to the question, but it's kind of whatever you want it to be.
Yeah. And I like to describe it as like a movement almost, of like getting people out of their house and like off their phones and like meeting people in real life, like they used to before like the internet. Yeah.
Bygone era.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, those are great overviews. Let's talk about some of the actual events. So like, give us some examples of some things you guys have been doing, recently.
Do you go to small events for like?
Yeah, so like I've mentioned, we have big and small events. So small events, like we go to a different brewery every month. It's called Brew Crew, and like we meet 20 to 25 people, go hang out at this brewery. We do a craft and coffee club, so we go to different coffee shops and everyone brings crafts and they hang out and do crafts. And we do happy hours. We do dinners where people get dinners together.
Dinner with strangers.
We do volunteering events. We work with different nonprofits and we go and different whatever capacity they need. You know,
Yeah,
we'll
service
volunteer
project
service
or,
projects for a day.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the overview of the small events of just like small intimate settings where people can like actually talk to people and get to know each other.
Pittsburgh Sports League.
And Pittsburgh Sports League, we have a volleyball team this season.
Yeah.
We had
PSL volleyball.
We had a PSL softball team, which has been. It was months ago. We're still all texting and like trying to hang out, and we're running it back next year.
Love it.
With that.
We love it. Gardner, right? Up in Gardner Field.
Yeah.
I love to hear it. So it's really a wide variety, you know, and people can kind of pick and choose, you know, their own adventures.
Definitely.
Go ahead.
I was like, those are sort of like the smaller ones, and we have kind of the bigger ones as well, which are kind of like bar nights that we have. So we do typical bar nights. We just kind of go to a bar. We kind of have a space that's just for us, and then we try to have some sort of discount or something, and we kind of just say go for it and just meet people. And those are really great. And now we've been kind of tailoring it more to like we had a delayed New Year's party. Where
A delayed New Year's party?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is
It was
that?
the week after New Year's. We went to Margot, and they're amazing. And
Margot.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. East Liberty?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
and they're fantastic, great, easy to work with, and they did it up for us. We had the champagne tower. We
that's
had,
so funny.
yeah, everyone dressed up, and it was just a great night there. So it's kind of things like
it's
that.
cool with our big events is, you know, if you go alone to an event, you also know that people are also there to meet people. So it's not weird. It's
Right.
not weird to like go up and talk to a random person, because that's the kind of the point of the event.
Yeah.
Where if you are at a random bar, like there is that kind of inherent barrier of like, I don't know if I should just talk to this stranger, but like the expectation is there of like you can talk to people at our events, and like that people are there for that.
That's such a useful norm. I started doing salsa classes last year.
Ooh.
And there's this incredible scene here in Pittsburgh. I had no idea. And part of it is you can do what you want, but you take lessons is what I've been doing, group lessons. You kind of, learn the fundamentals and stuff like that. But a big part of it is going to what they call socials. There's socials, which is kind of like a mid-size event. And then there are congresses, which are like salsa conventions, this kind of thing.
Well,
That's awesome.
But the norm around it, you go to a social is what you're talking about, Matthew, where it's like, you don't have to, but the idea is you're going there to be social. You're going there to meet people. And what you do is you introduce yourself to somebody and ask them to dance, and a no is a completely fine answer. But that's kind of, part of it. And I really appreciated learning about that norm because for me, it was kind of a nerve-wracking proposition, especially as a newbie. I'm just like learning these steps, learning this, this dance and stuff like that. It's like, oh no, like, this is part of it. And I remember I was dancing with one woman, and especially at the beginning, I found myself just like talking about how I just started, and and just kind of asking questions. And she was like, everybody started like this. This is like how it goes, and which I really appreciated. So I think it's wonderful that you're intentional around providing that for people, these social settings where you're reducing the barrier to participation. It's like, no, we want you to meet, one another and form these social connections.
That's all. We're planning a salsa class next month for the first time. I'm the same. I'm terrified, but yeah,
it's gonna be a blast, man. Yeah, let's talk more about that. There's a bunch of cool studios and there's a bunch of cool events too that you could probably just plug into and just show up at. So talk to me about the social club's growth since 2024. But I know last year, probably even in particular, you guys really have been growing like crazy.
Yeah. We started out. We had our first event. We had like 50 people, 40?
Like 25.
Really? Oh, okay.
The first event, yeah, it was 25, 30 people. And it was like all of our friends, I feel like. It was everyone we individually like reached out to and invited to this event between Avi and I. But it took off like pretty quickly after we started. And it was kind of cool that the second event that we had, it was like talking to people, and they're like, yeah, we just came across your page on Instagram and decided to show up. And we were like, that's really cool that people just like saw this and decided to come. So it took off pretty quickly after it happened. I think our next event was probably close to about 50 people, with again maybe 30% people we didn't know. And then I would say the really defining moment for me, we had an event at PA Market later that year, and it was like 90 people showed up, and like I could name, a handful of them, and it was like, wow, I'm, everyone here is a stranger because we asked them to come tonight.
Yes.
So I think that was kind of, and then we just been taking off since.
Yeah. I would say a lot of it. Yeah, it's that trying to create that community culture. Like you don't have to think too much. It's casual. Like just come meet people if you want. Everyone's willing to talk. If not, you can come with friends too. So either way, and huge shout out to the marketing team though, because it's all, I think so much of it is marketing, and they are absolutely killing it and showing kind of what we do well. And so I think a lot of it is that coupled with I guess good event experiences. Yeah. And it's been crazy to see it grow and everyone come. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I first was hearing about it and talking with you guys a little bit. It really has seemed to blossom, which is really exciting. And I encourage people to check you guys out online because to your point, you really get a sense of what these events are looking like. What are the handles, by the way? Where can people find you?
I'd say the biggest is PGH Social Club on Instagram. Yeah, it's just that. We have a website as well. We have a TikTok as well. I would say most of our info is on the Instagram, and then we use a different app called Halo, and that's kind of where the community lives. So we have many different chats, like 15, 20 specific chats, like climbing chat, pickleball chat, pick up sports on the town chat. And that's where a lot of people talk about plans all the time, and that's where we post our events. So that's kind of, if you want to really see the community, the Halo is linked in our Instagram bio. So
Halo.
Yeah.
So it's a messaging app? I haven't heard of this. Is it a network?
It's a community building app. So it's a lot of run clubs and different groups like that use the app.
Gotcha.
It's almost like a Slack channel, if you will, a Slack channel with like an event page and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a small tech company out of the Bay Area, and so they've been really good to us, and they've been great partners as well. So shout out Halo.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. Glad to hear it. All right, let's give people a preview of this year. What are you guys excited about? 2026. Here we are. What's on the docket for you guys this year?
When does this podcast go live?
Yeah, that's a good question. Probably end of February, early March.
Okay. Okay. So for this year, we're super excited. Our biggest event we've ever done. We're gonna announce on Sunday St. Patty's bar crawl in Lawrenceville.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we're
start hydrating today.
Hydrating today. We're super excited for this event. We typically don't want to compete with others like on holidays. We do like delayed New Year's, like we did Christmas early, and this is the first time we're trying to do something on kind of the big day. So we're gonna see how it goes. We have a lot of good bars that we're communicating with and partnered with. So we're excited just to see what happens and bring everyone out in Lawrenceville. And yeah, it's kind of on the docket there. We're excited we're trying to do a field day, kind of like sports in person in the summer. That'd be great. And I don't know, like we don't have anything else solidified. We have ideas. We have a bunch of
more
big
of the same,
ideas.
Though, you know what I mean? More big and smaller events around the city.
A lot, yeah, definitely. More dinner with strangers, we're planning pickleball kind of socials for the summer already.
Cool.
We're planning our 2-year anniversary, which will be great in August-ish. Yeah, I don't know anything else that we.
I feel just more of what we're doing, but hopefully on a bigger scale.
Sure.
Yeah.
I need to talk with you guys coming up here because the Cultural Trust, downtown Pittsburgh, Arts Landing. It's like they're big. The new park they're putting in on like the 8th Street block of Penn. There's gonna be 3 pickleball courts. As part of that,
exciting,
installed pickleball courts, like really nicely done. And everything about the development schedules about the NFL draft that's coming up, and big to do. But they reached out, thinking about summer, going in the fall, and ways to really activate that space. And there's going to be a stage, and they're thinking about salsa classes and yoga and all this fun stuff. So I have to make sure you guys are looped in. We should do some fun, like end of summer, pickleball kind of cookout.
100%.
Disco vibes. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, anything. That'd be right up our alley.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Awesome. Okay, so PGH Social Club. is where people can find you on Instagram, on other social media platforms as well. Anything else you want the people to know or to be on the lookout for, or any other way to engage with you or support you in what you're doing?
I'd probably say one of the biggest things with the social club is that it's a community we're trying to build in Pittsburgh. So we want everyone to be a part of it up to the extent they feel comfortable. So if that's any events that you have that you want to do yourself, that you want to volunteer for, that you want to be a part of, any connections at all you want to bring in, we're like a startup and figuring this out as well. So we're happy to talk and figure this out. We've done a lot of these already with members who've come in, message us on Halo, Instagram, grab coffee with, and we're just putting together events kind of around them, and we're supporting them the best they can. So we want everyone not to feel nervous, and kind of, if you have an event, you want to do something crazy, we're here to support that.
Along the same lines, if you have like a small business in Pittsburgh, we want to like help support you too. So like, you know, we've worked at Ascend Climbing gyms and Red Level Boxing and like these different things where like we can partner, let's like work together and partner together to like help show our people your cool business as well. So if small business people out there listening, like reach out to us because we want to work together with you to make something cool happen.
Very cool. Well, Matthew, Avi, thank you for being here. Glad you're doing this in the city of Pittsburgh. We're glad you're here and excited to do more with you, this year.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thanks for having us. Yeah. Excited.
Anytime. We'll do another one. We'll do more.
Yeah.
It'll be great. Thanks for checking out this video, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.